Yay, you made it. I want to say thank you so much for signing up for this video series. I know that, we're all busy, we're all working in our businesses, and you're taking the time to watch this, and I really want to commend you because not many people actually sign up for something and follow through with it. And so you're already halfway there, you're 50% there because you're already taking action, and that's something that's really important if you want to book paying clients. Now, in this video, I'm going to really just be sharing with you my own story and my own journey because I believe that every single catalyst, every world changer has a journey. All of us, we have things that we've gone through, but those struggles and those trials are the exact same things that are going to help us to be legendary, that are going to help us to really change the world and begin changing the world. So for me, my story started a little bit over 2 years ago. So I was living in Paris. Everybody loves Paris. Everybody wants to go to Paris. It's like the dream of every woman to live in Paris or visit Paris. And I was living in Paris, but I hated Paris so much. Now, I'm not saying I hate Paris now, but at that time I hated Paris. And I hated it because I realized that I was broke. There I was working as a social worker. I had all this experience. I was changing people's lives, touching so many people's lives, doing great work in the world, seeing people's lives literally transform before me, but I was broke. I remember there was a time when I was eating bread and only bread every single day because that was the only thing I could afford to eat. Now, before I went to Paris and moved to Paris and lived in Paris and had this fabulous life, no. Before that, I'm one of those persons who we can call an overachiever. So my whole life I've been, top of the class, been an ambassador. The Canadian government awarded me an Emerging Leader of the Americas, award. I had been on government panels as a young person, working on policies and advocating and doing all these exciting things. And here I was in Paris, the overachiever, stuck, not knowing what to do with her life, feeling lost, feeling as if she wasn't able to take care of herself, and really just knowing she needed more. And even though I was going through all of that, I still didn't throw in the towel. I was still giving my best. I was still doing everything I knew I could to change people's lives and encourage people and do everything that I was supposed to do as a good, motivational speaker and as a good social worker. So that's how my journey kind of began. Now, how did I become a coach from there? I remember the day I was leaving Paris and I was supposed to be catching a train because of course I couldn't afford a flight. So I was supposed to be catching a train to Italy, and I packed all my bags and I was struggling with all these bags. I had all these bags and I was running with all these bags and I was gonna miss my train, and if I missed that train, that was it for the train. There was no more train. I had a specific ticket for that specific train and it was like, I cannot miss that train. And I was like, oh my God, running. And I remember that specific spot I stood and I threw my bags on the floor and I started to just get really pissed. Like I just started to curse. I'm like, why? No, I'm meant for more. I know I'm meant for bigger things. I'm an ambassador. I am a world changer. I'm doing big things in the world. Why am I here? Why am I stuck? No more. I deserve to be fully compensated for the work I do in the world. There's no way I can be so good at what I do and struggling so much. And I got really pissed off. I was like, I'm done being a social worker, and I threw my bags on the ground. I'm like, and I started screaming. Like, seriously, I'm being dramatic here, but you should have seen me on that day. I was super dramatic. And so that's how it started. And literally the following night, I ended up being kind of homeless and sleeping in a train station in Switzerland. And 2 days after that, I discovered coaching. And I found that there was a way for me to use everything that I had learned. I could still transform people's lives, but I could actually be compensated well for it. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is my new jam. I'm gonna still change people's lives and I'm gonna be a coach. and I decided to become a coach. Now, it wasn't as easy that thought went off, I'm going to be a coach, but the process wasn't as easy because there was a coaching program that I wanted to join so that I could learn about this coaching business and all these things. And that program cost $10,000. Now, remember, 2 days before, I was sleeping in a locker in Switzerland because I couldn't afford to even use Airbnb to book some $20 accommodation. I couldn't afford it. And so I had to sleep in a locker, right? And so here I was with this challenge 3 days after throwing my bags on the floor and saying, I'm done, I'm gonna be compensated. I'm asked to make a huge investment. And I'm like, is this woman crazy? But in my heart, I knew I had to be a part of her program. And I just remember laying on the ground, like kicking my feet up in the air, like saying, oh no, I need to be in this program. I know that this can help me. I know this is where I'm supposed to be. Here I made this declaration, and fast forward to 3 days later, I'm already seeing opportunities popping up. And I decided that I was going to become a coach. I made the decision. So I did whatever sacrifices I had to do. I took out loans, sold my shares, I went into my savings, I sold my gadgets that I had, I borrowed, I used my credit card, I did every single thing that I could that got me into the program, at least get me into the program. So I did the program, started the program and everything, but I still didn't get to where I am today, because there's a whole bunch of other things that happened between signing up for that program and when I booked my first paying client. And in video 2, I'm going to talk to you about the biggest shift that I had to make that took me from signing up for that program to booking my first paying client. But what I want to share with you in today's video is just that whatever your journey is right now, wherever you are right now, whatever struggle you're going through, it's just the launching pad for you. It's just the stepping stone. And if you're watching this video and you're here watching this video, you're here for a purpose, right? That day I threw my bags on the floor and I decided that I was going to become a coach. I decided I was going to be compensated for helping people and that I was still going to change the world, but that I was going to be taken care of as well. I made that commitment and opportunities came to me. So maybe you're in a place right now where you're feeling frustrated in your business and you're saying to yourself, I'm sick of this, I need change. Maybe you're in a job that you hate. Maybe you are in school and you know you're going to be graduating soon and you want to do something that means something and leave your own impact in the world. I had to go through that too. And so I'm just showing you that it doesn't matter where you start. Maybe you're an overachiever like I am, that person who's always getting good results, always doing big things. And maybe you're going through that period right now where you just can't seem to get the success you want. And I'm going to be sharing with you in the next video the one shift. Like, there's so many things that you can change, but there was one major shift that really brought me from making the decision to actually having a successful coaching business where I'm getting paying clients. Alright, so stick around for video number 2 and I'm going to share with you what that one step is. And then in video number 3, I'm going to continue all of this learning by sharing with you the specific actions that got me getting clients after making that one major shift.